Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? Good afternoon. I'm Fotini. I'm talking to you from Athens, Greece. I'm a self-knowledge consultant. I'm an esoteric astrologer, activator of higher consciousness, and I'm carrying the energies of the High Priestess. So this video is about a historical moment that we are living right now, and it is the conjunction of Venus in Taurus with Uranus in Taurus in the final anaretic degree before they both move into Gemini. This is a very rare, every 64 years, the rotation of these two planets coming together. According to the Greek myth, Venus was born in Cyprus. She was risen from the sea after Cronus, Saturn, the son of Uranus, castrated his father under the guidance of Gaia, Saturn's mother and Uranus' wife. The beauty that we are experiencing upon Earth, represented by the planet Venus, the pleasure, has to do with the falling heaven and the privilege that we abandoned when we were incarnated and we forgot who we truly are. Aeons, millions of years have passed. Some of us, we have thousands incarnations upon Earth, and some are respectfully young souls. We are standing in a pivotal point in the history of humanity, where a great and significant choice will be made for the future of humanity. And this is going to happen within the next 8 years that Uranus will stay in Gemini, the sign of duality, the sign of opposites. And for the upcoming months, where Venus will be with Uranus traveling almost together, Uranus, of course, will be in the first degree of the mutable cross, and so he will affect those with signs or planets in the mutable cross in from 0 to 7-8 degrees of each sign, that is Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and of course Gemini. So they will be together. But then, of course, Venus will move forward. This pivotal moment is very significant because so much is happening around the world, especially in matters of personal awareness, in matters of safety, economy, and each and every one of us, whether we realize it or not, because if we are not aware of that, then we actually repeat our choices. If we are aware, and I'm talking to those people who are aware, they have gone through, some of us, many initiations, some others not so many, in order to come to this point and truly make a conscious decision about what they truly want to experience in matters of their own personal lives but also globally. And this has to do with values. What is valuable for you? This is the question that you have, better said, that you had to have had already made. Ask yourself, what is valuable? And not only make this question, but also answer the question. What is valuable? That's the thing. And because what is ahead of us is what I call, and not, of course, not only me, a revolution in human consciousness that has to do with finally the human race embodying love, not talking philosophically about love, but embodying love or abandoning love and dedicate the human life, the human life force, the human heart to means and goals that have nothing to do with the progress of the human race. This is a pivotal moment, and that's why, under the guidance of my higher self and my guides, I created this channel, because holistic healing is all about wisdom. I am a second ray love wisdom ray. There are three main rays, the first, the second, and the third. But the expression on the human race upon the earth plane should express love. It doesn't matter in which ray you are upon. The goal is to express love through your heart. But because this planet has suffered, not once, but many times, destruction, the falling of great civilization, because and due to the abuse of power, it became a matter of human free will to choose or not to choose love as an embodied state of being. And in order to embody this state of being, because it's not about emotion, you have first and foremost embody peace. Peace within. Peace with your past, peace with everyone and everything. And to make that clear, this is not about submission. This is not about ignorance. This is not about you shutting your mouth and not telling the truth. None of it. The thing is that you have to be aware, you have to be honest, you have to speak your truth in order for everything to be clear. That is Uranus, that's the element of Uranus, the great clarity, but not act through violence, but through determination, devotion, and love to the human. And unless you have embodied fully in your heart the truth and the awareness of who you are and where you are going, because you must have decided where you are going, then you are, and everybody else around you is a very, very, very easy available tool to forces that don't want the good of all. And they can create conflict, wars, or anything that it's not for the good of all, as I said. So it's not about being passive. It's not about not talking. It's not about not feeling. It's despite all of it, be centered in your heart. And that is courage. And that is a choice that each and every one of us, sooner or later, will be called to make. And this is not something that you will avoid or you can avoid. This is an evolutionary step for humanity. And it's imperative that you know upon what you are agreeing, upon what you are giving your permission. That's the point. Yesterday I had my scheduled session with one woman from the United States, part of my group and the educational program, The Way of the Rose, transmitting to her the Ultimum Physical Code 888, which is about instant creation and alignment for creating whatever you want. Be a creator. What is coming through this code and the transmission of this code is, while we were talking and I was channeling and explaining the stargates and everything, is that a certain decision must be made. And this decision is a decision from within, a soul-based decision to whether you align yourself with the truth of who you are or not. The thing is that many believe that they have done it, when this is not true, because a great majority, even from light workers and starseeds, haven't reached a point of full discernment. And also, they are afraid of making courageous choices that probably they will affect their day-to-day lives. And because they are afraid of the unknown, which is okay, it's human, but in that way they still support the old systems. Creating a new pathway for each and every one of us, we are helping and co-creating a new world. And this world, there is the potential to be peaceful. But there is also the potential of not being that. And this is something that, as I said before, this choice, it comes from the heart, and the heart only wants peace. And this is starting from within. When you are battling yourself, and I'm doing this video because Gemini and Uranus there is about a mental conflict, where the soul and the ego are battling, and the ego believes wrongly that it represents the power, it represents the right path. but only the soul can see both sides. And ultimately, the ego will have to surrender and become we-go, a wise ego. And that means that we have to leave behind certain patterns or hidden places within us that we are not aware of, that we are struggling to incorporate or integrate, just because we don't want to be wrong or to seem that we were wrong, just because sometimes we cannot forgive ourselves, or because at some point we hurt ourselves without realizing it, or we hurt others. And so a great compassion is needed here for both us and the others. That's why I'm talking about peace. It's not about that. It's not about saying that, for example, someone who killed someone, it's a good person. No, he's going to jail and he must go to jail. It's not about that there weren't abuse of women or all these things that we are hearing around the globe. It's not about that. It's about making a conscious choice to live and create a safe and peaceful environment. And this cannot be done if we are in a constant fight with our environment and we are not become peaceful inside. So, I felt that I needed to do this video right now to make clear what this choice is about. And if you want to truly have the most important code of discernment, is code 177, the Sword of Truth, given to me in 2019 from Michael. This is my celestial family, the family of Michael. Mostly of you know him as the Archangel Michael. The Sword of Truth is code 177. It is a code helping you to discern, be stable, support love, and support your heart. There is a certain activation within the code and a certain way of using this code in order to be courageous and facing the truth. If you want the code, you can send me an email. All the codes are available and you can find them in the community board. I'm also available if you would like to have an esoteric reading, esoteric astrology reading with me to see how this transit of Uranus will affect you. If you like the video or the subject of the channel, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you very much. Have a great day.